Alright, welcome back everyone. Here we are through step 28. Got our T-Rex built on its little podium, stand, display, whatever. I did go back and put a little dab of glue under its feet because as soon as I picked it up last night, it fell off. Of course, got operational drawers here. And I think we're supposed to be putting books in there or something, but I'm not sure. Oh, you couldn't see any of that, but like I say, drawers here. Our little bookshelf display, I think, turned out really nice. I was busy this afternoon and just broke down and made all the books. I of course filmed it, and I'll tack that footage on the end of the video and try and put some relaxing music underneath it. But first thing I'm going to do is, like I said last night, I'm going to fill out the rest of this shelf and try and see how many, I guess I can lay it over now. Yeah, maybe everything will stay in place. Yeah, just try and sort of eyeball how many books I'm going to need. Well, I guess I need probably 2 or 3 facing forward there, so let's try and find some plainer ones to put the back. I did notice a couple of actual, like, real books when I was making them. Let's see, so I'm going to try and see if I can find the one I'm looking for. Because it's one of my favorites. I wasn't surprised it was on there, but it was... I should have pulled it aside when I found it. There we go. I'm surprised with the litigious nature of Tolkien's estate. I'm surprised anybody would even try that. But I'm gonna stack up 3 of them here and put them on that little nook. Back, like I say, the one got to go the other way. I think 3 will get us deep enough, but I'll do them one at a time to make sure. I think I'm going to do that on a lean. So get the old foam stand out again. Get out. I can make it work like that. Let's see. Okay. That gets us a little bit. So definitely going to put that there for our first one. On the little horizontal bit there. Like I say, just get one of my plain Jane ones. Try and ease it in there with, lay it down. It'll sort of, yeah, stay in that corner maybe. Lift you up a little bit more here. Okay. That worked okay. Drop there. That didn't work. Neither did that. Okay, I guess we'll go back to the tweezers. Okay, I think I'm going to do one more before I do the big copyright infringement there. And just sort of try and get the ones without any real big decorations on them. That looks fairly plain. Yeah. Okay, now this one in prominently. Yeah, that is definitely out in the open. Okay, now I'm going to say that's about that wide, so that should be able to give me a gauge on how many of these to put in. I think looks like 3 is going to be Oh, how much is 4? 4 might be greedy. I'll try 3 first and see if I can see what happens with 4. Okay, so stack these guys. Right side up. Serves no purpose to do it other than makes me feel better. And I think I flipped that one upside down while I was doing all that. Okay, so that's good times. Ganged up. Now, Bob right there. And slide and didn't put enough glue in evidently because it came right off. Or turn that corner and get you into the glue. Yeah, I think 3 is going to make it tight enough. I'm just going to leave that there. Okay, now that we've officially finished last night, push all my books out of the way because I've already got the ones I need tonight set up. Sorry, just coughed right into the microphone. And start up on step 29. Should be 29, right? Yep, 29. Pretty straightforward on this one. Just make sure we get our tabs going the right direction. And it's gonna be, we want it this way. Evidently it's going to be on that side. So I think that's a firm. Okay, there it went. I guess maybe I can just sort of get it started, see if I get the other side on, and we'll hopefully that'll make it a little bit easier on my hands to. These are. I think they give us 1 spare of these ladder rungs. Oops, that one's upside down. So if I do break one of these tiny tabs on here, I can replace one of them. Okay. Bottom down there. Let's see. And try and line you guys up. Somehow, some way. Or not. I don't think that is going to work after all. Okay. Go back to. Okay. If I can go. Okay, I did. Well, the top one didn't go all the way in even. These things are. Maybe. Okay. Yeah, they just make me nervous when they're that small. Knocking these out, so. See, that's the sound I sort of like to hear, because it lets me feel like it's gone in. Got a little bit of it on that one. Okay, now they're a little more stable, so maybe I can line them up now. Okay. Try probe out here. And knock that one out. Okay, so we got them sort of, kind of. This feels very much like something I'm going to break. Trying to be evenly distributing the load, but I got some of it in. It's not, definitely not flush. Back and forth some. Okay, new plans. Get out a clamp, see if I can gently squeeze it. Let's see here. Yep. Let's distribute over those two guys, maybe. Okay. That seemed to be good. Okay, back up the top here, look, you're a little out. Alright. That did the trick. Yeah, okay. Nice. Like I said, we're going to be seeing it from this angle. I think it's going to be up against that wall. So, that was a little more dramatic than I was expecting it to be, but I'm satisfied. Now, to this guy. Step 30, and steps 30 and 31 here. That's sort of, it's one piece of furniture. It's probably how I would have done the step anyway. Let's see. Another piece I had, and just, where'd it go? There we are. Okay. So, start with this guy and the front, like this, and the one with the notch in the bottom goes in these guys. And with both tabs still facing this way, goes in around here. Now, top goes down onto that. Okay, good. And our corner guy. And here. Okay, well, that was far more cooperative than I thought it was going to be. Now we got a bunch of little guys to. Ooh, I meant to color the sides in on those, but it might be all right. I think those are supposed to be like little pamphlets or something. So they're not. I'm gonna. They got them in the picture. They got them stacked up neatly, but I'm gonna do them a little off so you can tell there are multiple things there. Okay, all right. But now that was step 30. Now all this stuff is step 31. This thing I pretty much decided it was like some kind of little box, little tin box. So I painted the sides gold. Do it all the way down. Or, no, it was leave our tab on the bottom there, sticking out. This guy up top. I say it sort of looks like there's something there. You go in this one. Doesn't look like a book, so like I said, I thought it was some kind of old something or another. Okay, and now we're in right here. Definitely gonna need the tweezers for this one, and under the instructions. And they go, let's do 2 stacks of them right here. It looks like a stack of 4 and a stack of 2. Like the 4 behind, 2 in front. Let's sort of do a dry fit right quick. Gonna have 1. These are gonna be stacked like so. And a little plain book goes here. Actually, I guess I can put all these have tabs in them, so I can put those in. Supposed to. So, got several sizes of books here. What we got here? Big ones with tabs on them, the little ones with tabs on them, and the plain ones. So big ones with tabs down here. The little guys with tabs go in those 3 slots. So, I keep wanting to face them. Gap on this one. Okay, now like I said, this little guy goes right here. Looks like it right up next to this one. So I'm gonna go ahead and pop the glue in there. I left my cap off the glue last night, so I think that there's some semi-dried glue in the cap, and it keeps gluing the cap onto the nozzle here. Okay, maybe that's end up like so, just a little bit right there. And you here. We'll swizz around and pop you in there. Alright, so we got that going. And these guys go in this little nook back down here on the back. Okay. See, this is the part I'm sort of dreading because little bitty tiny pieces, and I'm trying to piece them together. So just touch barely there. And now we gotta decide which one I want on top. I think I want that one on top and that one on top. So these are gonna be our underneath pieces. And put a little gap there. I was gonna make them a little cattywampus, but I don't think I'm gonna have room to cattywampus-size them. And one more on this back section. This one. 2 in the front stack. And they actually look like they're supposed to be, oh, I meant to put that one on the top. No. Supposed to make a T on these, so I was going to do this one on the top, so there's still some on there, but I'm going to go ahead and just drop them on both. No, for a second it was. Okay, so that's our end result on that one. Oh well, except for these guys. gotta do these on the end of the shelf here. So let's not get all my bindings facing the right way. Just stack them straight up. And then a little more on this one, looks like me. Nice looking stack there. And let it be down the inside shelf there. And we put our gang of books in there. Or not so gently. It's there it goes. Oh. I think I've got enough loose there to sort of a little bit tighter. Alright. I managed not to knock those other pieces off while I was doing that. I proceeded to hit it right with my finger right as I did. Okay. Okay. That's... like I said, that was step 30 and 31. Got one more. I'm going to do one more piece of furniture tonight. Like I say, I'm going to tack the making the books on the end, so I'll try and find some free, relaxing, mellow music. If you want some background noise or something. Well, yeah, I won't do it. I'll do it. Still do it at high speed, but because I say it was like almost 30 minutes wrapping those books. But let's see here. We'll start with these guys. Wait, because they're start making just our shelves go on first. Part of that section too. So I don't think it matters on which one goes where. I think those are already too. Keep finding more stuff that doesn't go here. Okay. I don't think I missed a piece here. Let me see. Oh yeah, I sure did. Supposed to pull you out too. Okay. For some reason I thought that was... Oh, this book goes on the top over there too. Okay. These are pre-made. You know, I don't know why they couldn't do that for all the books, but they couldn't evidently. Yeah, let me find a good That's sort of purplish. There's a dark purple in there. Let's use it. Our sides a bit. Purple is not very dark like the cap says. It's darker than the other two purples. Alright. Got our shells with our tabs towards the back. And let's see here. Ooh, I need to figure. Guess I've got slight growing as I go. So 19, 21, and 20. So naturally 21 is the middle one. 19 go here. These guys, it goes here and here. We got this one on 19. That'll be, it goes all the way down to the front, it looks like. And then you guys over here. And you in the middle. And then we get to do something I'm sort of not looking forward to. Get to peel these things. I don't think, it doesn't look like I perforated, and we're supposed to do some fairly intricate folding on it. So that's, it is not. And there's no spares, so if I mess this up on the first one, I'll definitely go down to the next one. So we'll go over to the middle with you backwards. And the same over here, so these should meet up. And they're supposed to sort of make a little, like a little bird shape. And I actually think now that I've done it, I was supposed to leave a gap in there. But I'm gonna put that. I'll put that one on the bottom. So this is my first try. A little bit there. Okay. And then see if I can do any better on the next one. Actually, let me try. See if I can maybe score them to see if they'll be a little more cooperative in the folding. Looks like I'm supposed to fold it there, so I'm going to go this way. There's an actually got a line. I don't know if it's showing up for y'all. Yeah, but you can sort of see that little line there, so I'm assuming that's where I'm supposed to go. If I didn't cut all the way through it, that might work. Okay, so I got good. Give me a good. It's probably not going to show up on camera. A good fold point to look for. So. Yeah, and that does leave a gap, big gap in the middle. Maybe too much of a gap. Let's put you. Yep, that's gonna take some trimming to fit on our shelf here. I'll just take a little off each end. Okay, that one sort of worked. And let's see how the third one goes. This is going to be the one that's on top, so it's going to be the most visible. So. But also means I'm going to have the most room. No, it's actually the top shelf. It's not the top of the... I thought it was going to be on the top. I'm going to let him hang over the top of the book there, maybe. Yeah. There we go. Sort of like so. Okay, so we got those three guys. And now, that's the top. Shelving in, and it says, yeah, it says the plane visible on the inside here. So this is the arrangement we're going with. Notch to the back, 2 notches to the front. Okay, and so your top one. Middle. Bottom. And then other side, line those guys up. Okay, it's sort of like drawers to pull out and store periodicals or something, I reckon. Now, that was, putting the sides on was 33. Now we're down to 34, which doesn't, which I just did all that backwards. And upside down somehow. Wow. Okay, convince these guys to undo. Okay, that one's going to be cooperative. And if we can do it without knocking all this stuff off, great. Okay, let's start with the widest one. Yeah. Move my book around a little bit there, but that'll be alright. And not be alright on that one. I think it's knocked it down into the... Okay. So, single notch down to the front, double notches to the back. How did I see that wrong? Okay, so you, yeah. No. Wow. I'm having issues here tonight. Glad I wasn't planning on making this one any longer than it already is. Okay, so now I need to push this one back up, I think. But come out a little bit more. Same with you. Keep moved around on me. Okay. Now back to this guy. Okay. Alright. Got those in place. Now this guy goes in the bottom notch here. Hello, Neo. Okay. And that's our rear panel here. And our top. All right. Now, getting down to brass tacks here, I think. Yeah. Okay, so our little statue guy goes in the front section there. And a couple of our small books. Okay, the tabs on them go in. I think he's going to need glue. He just tried to jump out already. So, dab of glue around that little hole. Drop you in. Actually, get to put something else I'm not looking forward to doing. One, pages B. Okay, so this guy is supposed to be have a couple of folds in it and sort of make stand up. So I'm going to do what may not be my better moments. I'm going to freehand my folds. Looks like one laying down and 2, 3, 4, 5 creases. So that stays down. We'll need a crease on the end of that. Okay, yeah, I'm not going to freehand it. Now, actually, at this point, I'm going to go out of order for just a second. I'm going to go ahead and install these guys into the floor so that thing will be flat when I try and put these other guys on. So bring out our floor, and you go. Where do you go? So you go onto this guy. So. Okay, you're in place there. Now I'm going to try and fold these things like it says to. Okay, so once I got off, this should be a fiasco, I think. So, already lost it. Oh, felt okay, so this must be down on the table. You let's try with this thing. Might be better. Up. Next one down. Yep. Yeah, that's okay. I'm just gonna bring them together because I don't think it's gonna work the other way. Have this one up. So the end. So that's the best I could do. It's supposed to be 2 little TPs like that, but I guess if I put a gap in between them, I probably could have made that work. If I put up, down, flat, up, down, flat. Because I think that the sides are what's going to be stabilizing our TPs, for lack of a better term. Okay, now this guy, so he goes over here on this corner to sort of, I think, supposed to hide some of our notches there. So, let's plop you down right there, sort of on the corner of our little paper. Maybe somebody's doing some research. Okay. Now that's where that one lives, and our other guy, this guy, there's those on the end. He lives here. There's this, that look for that zone. It's coming together. And it's sort of a little final flourish. We get to put us a Saturn V rocket in there. I think it's a Saturn. Let's see here. And that stands back there in the corner. And that, I forgot our little, this guy goes into these two. Sort of standing off on its own. I'll have to widen you out a bit now. There we go. Yeah. That's progress of today. If I hadn't wasted so much time, well, I hadn't done so much time before we even got started working on those books, I would go a little bit longer, but I'm extremely late tonight, especially for me. So I'm going to call it there, and let's say it's hopefully, I keep thinking it's going to pick up and be easier. I thought, after doing the dinosaur, I thought all this stuff would be easy, and I guess it technically was, but like I said, there was close to 30 minutes on those books. But yeah, I'm digging it. It's coming together. It's starting to get where we need to be. But like I said, I'm going to call that a night. Thanks for watching, everybody. Like, subscribe, comment, complain, share. Do whatever you want to with all that. Be good to one another. Stay safe, and I'll see you next time. You got anything to add, Neo? I'm sure that's her saying good night.